when you study Kali Silat, you make yourself progressive because you add your creativity into it. In the philosophy of the Tao, they tell you, become one with it. How do you become one with it if you're doing the same form everybody else is? You can still do it because you must at some point add your own creativity, and then you can become one with it. If you constantly follow me and you constantly do it my way and you believe in me, believe me, do not believe in me. You have to believe in you because everybody is a master if you develop yourself. If you don't develop yourself, you never master yourself. But if you begin to develop yourself, you are taking charge of yourself. When you take charge of yourself, then you can have charge of other things. But you must take charge of yourself first. So in Kali Silat, we believe that we are making ourselves better. We are not practicing Silat or practicing Kali. We are practicing ourselves. So when you look at the science of the art, you see that there is psychology, right? If you're boxing with somebody, there's some psychology there, right? There's some footwork in there. How to make yourself move. There is some thinking process, okay? Some philosophy. There has to be. Because these are the things that encompass what they call Gong Fu. And the meaning of Gong Fu did not mean military art or martial art. It meant a whole lot more. And that's what we look in terms of Kali Silat. We look at the physical training to develop the body physically, the mental calisthenics to develop the body mentally, and to strengthen itself. When you combine the mental and the physical together, you get the spiritual aspect of yourself. Because in order to find your spiritual self, you have to be very, very strong. Physically. You don't have to be strong that you can take somebody apart. But you have to be strong mentally so that you can control your emotion, control your feeling. There's a guy in Indonesia, I know my own teacher in Indonesia, he's in Indonesia, he can put his hand out like this inside of a minute. Less than a minute sometimes. It will drip, perspiration, drip like a leaky faucet. He'll put it over the candle and the candle will go out. He'll wipe his hands with a paper towel, give you a wet paper towel, and his hands will still be dripping wet. Okay? My teacher believes that if he hits you, he will poison you. Because the sweat that's coming out of his body is not good for your body. And what he will do is he'll smack you so hard that some of the air will force that moisture into your skin. He's the only one that I know that can hit a piece of bamboo, and the place where he hits the bamboo will turn brown by the next day. Because he hits with such force, and the perspiration of his skin is said to penetrate even the bamboo. It seems very unlikely to me. But we know that there is such a thing as pneumatic injection. They give it to you in the army. If you go to the army, you get pneumatic injection. So we know that air can force moisture into the skin. That's the science behind it. That's why when he hits you, he believes that he's going to affect you. Because he hits you so hard that the skin, once it's hit, the pores open up because they burn, and the moisture goes right in.
And your strong spiritual self also.
Yes, oh yes, you have to make your spiritual self come out. Yeah, you have to make yourself. Imagine if this guy goes around mad at somebody all the time, so smacking them. He will really get locked up. They'll really put him away. He may seriously hurt somebody. So you have to control that emotion. You see, you have to control that power. Because we are all capable of some power. We all have some spiritual self. The thing is, we have to find out what it is. Sometimes by breathing exercises and meditation, and by following some of the simple methods that we're using here, you can develop that. But you have to learn to make yourself stronger first. So we work on the physical strengthening side, the mental calisthenics, okay, in order that you become creative in your own development. Because then you see how you are doing. So the only thing that you have, the only prerequisite that you have is that you must be honest with yourself. You don't have to be honest with me, but you have to be honest with yourself. If you lie to me, I will see it right away. If you're not honest to yourself, you see. So when we study the arts, we try to make the arts our own. Okay? That means you don't look to me for the answer. You look to you for the answer. You see? Because you have the ability. Okay? You have the ability. And you have the knowledge. Everybody knows about science. Everybody knows about moving the boulder with the lever and the fulcrum. Right? Everybody knows about some of these sciences. That's how you throw a guy who's much bigger than you down. Because of science, because of those levers and the fulcrums and outbalancing and positioning, etc. And as we learn, we find out what's important. And as we gain knowledge, we progress ourselves. Okay? This is where we're going to let you see some of the full contact. We will ask them not to use full force, but they may strike the headgear with as much force as they want, but I ask them to go cautiously. Okay? All of the strikes here are all counted. Okay? We will not count any of the strikes to the body, and we will not permit strikes to the body. However, if he comes in, when I move in my stick, he may get hit, so he has to protect himself. If, for example, I'm doing something like this, and my stick is busy, I can kick him as well. Okay? The problem that he has when he comes in to kick, anything that he's coming in, kick slow. Anything that is coming in becomes a target. So if he's coming in and he's going to throw a kick or he's going to throw a hand, that becomes a target, and that may get flailed. Okay? So you have to be careful. That's why when we do this thing, we try to encourage just the hitting with the stick, because you'll seriously get hurt. Okay? You don't want to use a hand padding? There's a blue hand pad. Why don't we use the blue hand padding? Okay. Take one of the blue hand padding. Okay. Take one of the Put this over your hand like this. No, don't grab that. Just around like this. Okay. This will cover your hand pretty much. Okay. The hand is a target because it is in the way. Oh, okay. There you go. And then grab your stick. So to speak. All right. Let's do this way. Each other. Give me this. Wait, protect yourself, gentlemen. Are you ready? Now! He was going. He was going to go. Okay. Okay. I would not encourage grabbing out the headgear. But actually, Barry didn't have him. He had him more like this, so he was going to fly at the time. Okay. This is designed so that it will open if he tries to disarm you, so that it will come out. If it opens, I will stop him. Back yourself. Okay. Gotta stick out of there. I gotta get in and get out. Move back. Come on. Back. Come on. Etc. Right, too far away. Disarm. If you lose the stick, it's counted as a disarm. No matter how many, it just drops it. It's still counted as a disarm. You know, it's very funny. In some arts, they say the empty hand way is the way. That's not true. That's not true. You never go to battle with an empty hand. If you go to battle with an empty hand, you're a little sick. Because they're going to cut you to pieces for sure. There's nobody else going with an empty hand. You're the only one, huh? So you have to go with the weapon. If you lose that weapon, you see he tries to close his gap right away. Because if he closes his gap right away, you're going to hit him. And then he has to subdue him, take him down, finish him, however that is. You see? Back up. Ready? Get up! Getting a little better, so a little more control. No, you see, you grab that part, don't grab it. No, you have to hold it. It's not coming out because something else is holding it. You're holding it. You have to hold your hand tighter on that stick. Come on. All right? Come on. Okay, so now you see the fighting of the Filipino art. Okay, who wants to try? We're not going to let you try. For a woman to do this, is incredible, because when a woman does this, she puts on a headgear. When she takes off that headgear, she's a different person. We have discovered this, because no place in our society is there a space for a woman to let out that kind of emotion and really feel what that art is about. The stick actually is not a stick, but it is a blade, and that was what the art was. Okay, it was all bladed art when the Spanish had visited the Philippines in 1521. And this is a Chris-like instrument. It is razor sharp, and when of course I use this by twirling it the same way as I would a stick. The only thing is, when the stick would hit me on the side of the body, I try to limit the movements of the sword so that the sword doesn't do that. And then, of course, you may twirl both. You see? So you can have both going at the same time. And you see the motion is limited to there. I don't let the stick or the sword come back into my body as I would the stick. You see? Now I can touch my body with the stick. You see? I'd like to take 2 sticks. Everybody, would you give 2 sticks out to everybody? Would you help, please, Frank? I'd like to give 2 sticks out to everybody, and we're going to use some of the sidestepping and some of the sticks at the same time, and then come back. So just move from here with the sticks, okay? To use the sidestepping, so let's put our sticks on our right shoulder. I'm going to teach you something new now. Both on the right side. We call this right chamber, and then we're just going to put on the left chamber. Right chamber, and then the left chamber. Right chamber, and then the left chamber. For those of you who are wondering what the U.S., what does it say on the back?
USA Scream and Scream.
This was the team that went to the World Tournament just recently. Okay, you want to see the back of the shirt? And there were several of us who came back first place winners. Mr. Santos is one of them here. Okay, Ricardo Santos. Now, you're not going to have to make a lot of complicated moves, but first I want you to hold on to your baton about 8 inches below your grip. About 2 inches below your grip. So there's about 2 inches below your grip. Okay? Take your baton now, facing the chamber right, and then we're going to sidestep and we're going to hit over here. Very slow. Control your movement because you will hit your elbow, and then the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, watch your elbow, 7, 6, Joe, would you step up here a little bit in the first line? You need a little more space. Please step on the hand, right? Good, okay, good, fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, face me here if you would. I'm going to ask Mr. Santos if he'll help me. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to chamber on the high side. Okay, this is what we call an upper chamber. We're going to hit across the top of the ear. We're going to hit across the bottom of the knee, and then we're going to come back and do it on the other side. Okay, and that's all we're going to do at the moment. We're just going to set up a little bit of that wall. Okay, that's all we're actually doing. We're setting up a little bit of that wall. That's all we're doing. If you're looking at it from the standpoint of the hands, that's what you're doing. Is you're just setting up that wall. At the same time that you're setting up that wall, you are also setting up the mechanisms of how to control this. You see? Because if you look at this movement, this is here, and that's exactly what I'm doing. It's just controlling that movement here. Because he has the other stick, he can bring the other stick, okay, good at it here. You see? But you come over here with the stick and going to have a problem. You see? So, okay, you hit the iron here. You see, you're going to hit into soft tissue, but if you're going to try to hit me here, then I'm going to concern myself. So I'm going to try to get on the inside of this and even grab the inside of this and then kick you down one time and then stomp on you here and then even try to bring this over here. You see, probably you'll try to let go. You see? And then I have your sticks, you see, and then I'm going to try to hit you with them and then you're going to have to run because the best and the safest place is to run. It's natural. It's natural. Face the air again. Face the air again. Make sure talk the top. See that you're hitting the eye. See that you're hitting the room. See that it comes around. You know. If I'm only using those 4 strikes, it would look like this. I can step from either direction. Just using those 4 strikes, I can put them together, With them, I can move them together, right? I can move them individually. Just using those 4 strikes. And you'll notice that I'm doing it down here. Because this is where I strengthen my body, this is where I'm very strong. If I'm way up here, I'm very weak up here, and I'm just sort of moving my arms. There are, in the Pec shots, like 4 levels. 4 levels. This is the first level, this is the second level, this is the third level, this is the 4th level. So you have to move everything down here. However you move it, you try. You see? 4th level. 3rd level. 3rd level. This is all 3rd level, just using the 4 points of the stepping. You see? Just using those 4 points. You see? This is the 2nd level. Just using those 4 points. This is the 1st level. 1st level is very easy. The 3rd level is very hard. You walk around one time the 3rd level and you remember it for 3 weeks. Let's see how many people can do it. Come on, we start over here. We just take a little walk. Come on, everybody. Now you see they walk the full corner. Don't hit the cameraman. That's right. Who's next? Good. Get down. Just whatever move you can. Now, for those of you who are new before, you haven't done this before, don't strain your legs. Take some air. You're going to need it. Okay? You're moving your body. If you get tired, come up and relax. Shake your leg. I don't want you to get cramps. But you have to be breathing. So take a long breath and get that air inside. Get that air inside. You have to start over in the corner. One by one. Then pop the moves. Go slow and do not hit the person in front of you. If you get stuck up or if you get tired, this is a roller skater, you shouldn't be tired, huh? Try to go to the walk, see? Walking. Remember this. Get some air, Karen. I can see you need it. Your blood is getting out of your face. Don't get tired. But I'm trying to break it down so you can just follow for the moment. So across the top, across the bottom, across the top, I'm stepping now, across the bottom, across the top and across the bottom. Look at that, I'm all the way around. I made 8 strikes maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm just trying to show you that you can take the very simple movements and complicate them by putting your creativity inside. Okay? Actually, you have an advantage. And the advantage that you have is that you've studied so many other arts. When you come in and you study this art, you get everything that I know, and you add your own creativity. So you have a lot more than me. So you should actually get better than me. Okay? That's where my students are getting. They're getting better than me. When we did the championship forms competition in Manila, he was registered in my division, in the senior division. I said, no, he cannot register in my division because he'll beat me. He did. But he was outside of my division. He was in the youth division because I changed the division. he came up with a 9.5. I came up with a 9.3. You see? So I could not let him beat me, right? So I put him in the other division. This way I won my division. And then he won his division, you see? And then we both come out as world champions. But that's where you're going. You're going someplace that has to be better than me if you make yourself progressive. When you study Kali Silat, you make yourself progressive because you add your creativity into it. It's all here. It's not just one videotape and then you get another. We have a lot of videotape for you to learn from. We have videotape that was recorded in Indonesia as well from my teachers in Indonesia. I have some videotape of my teachers on the Philippine arts, okay, as well. So the whole system of four-stepping is here, okay, in terms of the basics of that system, okay. As you work with us in class, you see how to become progressive with that part of the system. In the other tape, we have actually 11 different videotapes on the market. On this particular videotape, this is the solo baston. This is the 64 strikes of the solo baston, okay? So if you have the solo baston tape, again, you'll have those single stick drills. You have the four-step, you'll have the footwork from all of the singles, from all of the Philippine arts, and all of the drills with the single stick. Because we work with single stick, we work with double stick, we work with knives. My name is Greg Alland. Perhaps some of you have seen the Manhattan cable television program of RNS Today. In 1977, Tuhon Leo Gaje founded the RNS America organization with headquarters in New York. Mr. Gaje is the only authorized representative of the Philippines, and in 1979 was appointed commissioner by the Philippine government. Mr. Gaje has developed programs for senior citizens, police, and law enforcement agencies, women's and community groups as well, to help fight against crime. Members and students of RNS America Today would like to present for you a little bit of the stick fighting and bladed art of RNS. Please welcome Mr. Suryati Jafri. Mr. Jafri, a representative and associate of Tuhon Gaje, has trained students in Pencak Silat. Please welcome also Barbara Fisi, William McGrath, Warren Brown, and Carlos Rodriguez. In RNS, all of the blades, all of the sticks are real. If you don't get out of the way, you get hit. Performing first, the Bunga with Chris by Mr. Suryati Jafri. The Kris is a bladed weapon of the Philippines and of the Majapahit. It represents oblique sides of a weapon being holy in nature. The Kris has 7 curves along the length of the sword. Each sword is crafted by the individual artist who welds it. The form is a creation of each individual artist. No form is choreographed, and the system is never the same if performed again. The artist must create from his own mind and from his own spirit the fighting fury of the Philippines. William McGrath and Warren Brown. Mr. McGrath has been training some of the stuntmen for Burt Reynolds, and you're seeing some of the stick fighting art, the balisan in Sharky's Machine with Dan Inosanto. The stickman waits for his opponent. He makes no aggression. He is patient and he waits. Thank you. The kampilan is actually a two-handed weapon. There are very few who can wield the kampilan with one hand. The weight and density of the weapon makes it devastating. That you not only cut your opponent, but that you cut him through and through. And if for some reason the kampilan should miss, or you should lose your kampilan, you still have the dagger. Salamat po. When the thrust is made or the punch is made, the artist must move out of the way. This is why we say all of the martial arts are the same when you understand what it is. This incorporates a lot of fluid movement. As you can see, both hands move freely and fluid and continuously. Fight high and low, change the direction. Very effective in fighting multiple opponents. 3, 4, even 10 opponents. Circles of 5, Mr. Greg Alland.